What's up, guys? Spirit here. I've decided to start a new little series on our YouTube channel called Spirit Support. What we're going to be doing is breaking down a few deck types and some support cards I personally think or I've used before for the said deck types that are odd but work. Okay, first, today we're going to be covering Dragonsworn, and these guys are broken if you've never played them. If you ever get this loop off, it's death. It really is. There's not much else you can do once this is started. But I'm here to talk to you about a couple cards that might be able to come in handy, because I found when I played this deck, I only got the loop 20% of the time. The other 80% of my wins, the other 60% of my wins came down to beat stick power. I really did. I didn't get as much as the of the power quotient as I'd like. Okay, we all know in a Dragonsworn deck you got Lightsworn, so Solar Recharge is a good card. But I'm here to talk to you something to use on the dragons that you can't get on your hand. Hand Destruction. It's good like Solar Recharge. You get to ditch 2 cards from your hand and draw 2 cards. It gets rid of the dead cards in your hand, like maybe the Eclipse Wyvern. You don't want that in your hand because you want to banish out those Darkness Metals, the JDs, possibly Dad if you put him in there. So, I mean, Solar Recharge is a good card, I'm not going to lie, but you need something a little extra. And I found this card to work very well in my Dragonsworn deck. And the only card, I absolutely love dropping this on Dark Worlds because they're send, not discard, so they don't get their effects. It was very funny. It was very, very funny. Next, of course, we have Necroguard. In the deck, you're milling a lot, so him in your graveyard's a good dark target. As well, you can negate attacks, because in Lightsworn and Dragonsworn, you don't like to have a lot of back row. Because you just don't like to have a lot of back row, because you run Gorge. And a lot of other stuff, too. And next, Honest. We have a lot of lights in the deck in the first place, so why not run it? It's an absolutely beautiful card if you're running light monsters, and I found in mirror matches comes in very handy if they want to kill that Pulsar off before they whack your Darkness Metal. So next, this card I found come in handy if I milled my Darkness Metals or I milled my JDs, and this is actually better than Monster Reincarnation in my opinion. It's a Divine Dragon Apocalypse. Came out in Order of Chaos. Very common card. Very easy to get. What you do, its effect is you discard 1 card and you can grab a dragon from your graveyard back to your hand. So what I used to do is I discard a card, get Darkness Metal back, remove him, summon the Darkness Metal, summon out Pulsar. So you just got a lot of cards for something that really didn't even. It's really low beat stick power. It's 1,000 points, and if he's in the graveyard, he's a dark target, so he's very, very good. Next, Future Fusion. This card is very fun in the Dragonsworn deck. You get to dump stuff like Eclipse Wyvern in your graveyard. I've also found it to come in use with this. It's Garneth, the Lightsworn Dragon, the only dragon type from the Lightsworn series other than JD. And he's a Lightsworn name, so what you can do is you can dump him in the graveyard with this for 5-headed, and now you have a name in the graveyard for Judgment Dragon. And add the fact that he has Piercing, he gains 300 attack points for every Lightsworn with a different name in your graveyard, so he can get pretty high in beat stick. He's a very good card to have. I found many uses for him. So I got around Marshmallow and stall decks with this thing before because I brought him out with Darkness Metal instead of grabbing Light Pulsar because I knew I could win. So, next, a couple of tuners. Plague Spreader. This, very good card if you milled it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people run this, but I've seen some decks that don't. So, Plague Spreader is good if you want some sinking power. Here's the other one. This is something I personally picked. Gen X Ally Birdman. Very, very good tuner in the deck. I have found it's very easy to clear the field with this guy because I can add the stuff that I want to use again. Like I can add my Raikos back to my hand and drop him out. And if I want to get Black Rose out really easy, I just have to have Lila out a turn before, and I can bounce her back to the hand, special summon this guy, normal summon Lila, sync up into Black Rose, below the field. And now he's got a clear field, and chances now I've got a light in the graveyard, and he might get removed from play. But if you have a dark in the graveyard already, that's an instant dragon. So that's been my Dragon Sworn support. And if you're tired of this type of deck box and you're tired of having to buy them, you can see my cards in there. If you're tired of having to trying to buy these, one of the people on YouTube made a YouTube video that I watched, and I improved upon his design. He showed how to make these duct tape deck boxes. Very handy. They're very, very handy. I found them very fun to use. This is his original design. It's got a little slip lock loop, and in the back they come with a belt loop, so you can wear them on your belt. This is I'm going to be wearing these to the anime convention I'm going to next weekend. You can see my cards there. It's a very good thing, and they've been holding up very well. I used I improved upon his design a little bit, and I made two different styles. One with a straight overhead flap. You guys see my cards in there as well, and it's got a magnet lock. So, and it's also got a belt loop as well. So it's very sturdy actually. I've been wearing these to my locals for a couple of weeks now, and they've been holding up very well. And here's another one. It's a side one. I use this from extra deck stuff and cards I not really have in a deck, but right now it's got one of my decks in it. So this is just a design I decided to make because I thought it would look cool. It really does. But I found, and if you want me to show you a video on how to make one of my improved designs, I will put the link to how to make this one for the guy who showed me how to do it in the description. But I do make a suggestion: don't use crafting tape, this kind of tape that I use for the flap for the whole thing. I only ended up using crafting tape for the flaps of all of my deck boxes because I found if you use it on the whole thing, it's way too flimsy. So I use this type of tape. It's Gorilla duct tape. As you can see, it actually came out when it came out. When I got it, it was about that much thicker. So you can see I've used a lot of it. It's very, 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 very fun. It's hard to craft with, but it's very, very sturdy, and it's weather retardant. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to seal these, and if I do, then this will be beautiful because then I can wear these in the rain and I won't have to worry about my cards getting wet. So, but I will, if you guys want me to, I will show you a video on how to make those, and I'm not sure, end up selling them. And well, comment, rate, subscribe. I'll come at you with another spirit support sooner or later. So, Team Umbra out. Peace.